welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. This is Talk Real Solutions. And I'm your host, Tyrone Thompson. I want to thank you for tuning in to the show. Real Solutions. And I'm your host, Tyrone Thompson. I want to thank you for tuning in to the show. Today is
what brings me to this rant. I want to get this off my chest. I got to talk about it. Through observation, and it seems as though I have no choice but to come to the conclusion that these so-called pro-black, these so-called black conscious, these pan-African, these all this blackity black type folks, they really are not interested in what we call black liberation. They are not interested. They are not interested in what we call black unity. They are not interested. That's the bottom line. Through my observation, my interaction and experience, what these people are looking for is religious converts. They belong to some type of religion, and they are trying to convert us because black folks, soul brothers and sisters, we have always been easy victims, easy to exploit, easy to trick, easy to deceive, because we are filled, we flow with emotion, and anybody who can entice or pick at our emotion, that's where we go. We don't think worth nothing. So they are looking for religious converts, hiding behind black unity, hiding behind black liberation, black injustice, or however you want to call it, or they just want you to believe the way they believe in general. Has nothing to do with black unity or black liberation. So of course, when they approach me, they get problems because I am seeking 1000% black liberation, or what is called black liberation, the liberation of the minds and bodies of these who I call the people of soul, the descendants of slaves, born in America, having dark skin. I'm not interested in your religion. I'm not interested in your belief, your sexual orientation, none of these things. I'm interested in your true liberation, your true freedom. Now, to liberate means to be free of control, to join your religion and to join your belief or your political idea is not to liberate me. The only thing I'm doing is exchanging slave masters, changing the way that I am controlled. That's not what I'm seeking. I am seeking true 1000% liberation. You are not interested in unity because the perfect example of unity is your very physical body. The eye is different from the mouth. The nose is different from the chest. The hands are different from the feet. The heart is different from the lungs. The organs, every parts of your body are different. Let me say that again, people. The parts of your body are different, but at the same time, even to the cells themselves are different. Yet and still, the body is able to unify itself and act as one organism. So You people are very silly and you don't understand what liberation is when you don't understand that unity, liberation consists of those who are different. The only thing that happens is that we act in a unified fashion. But I am a black Muslim. I am a Christian. I am an atheist. I'm agnostic. I am a homosexual. I am this. I am that. Whatever we are, we bond together for a common purpose and goal. And these cells and these parts of the body come together for the common purpose of goal of this particular life. You want the life of these who you call black, these of whom you call African, these of whom are the descendants of slaves born in America. You want them, and because we come from out of them, we want us to live. So you must act in a unified fashion. So what many of these are requesting or are trying to do does not represent true freedom, justice, equality, or liberation, or unification. And y'all need to reject all these things. But they play on your emotion. And you really don't, because we are a lost people trying to find ourselves, we go for anything Tom, Dick, and Harry throws at us. What brought me to this particular topic was that someone called me a sellout. They call me a sellout because I reject black. I reject African, because black and African, there are no dark-skinned people nowhere at any time that call themselves black or African. Now, you show me where they did, and this person presented a whole bunch of stuff they found on the internet or whatever. None of it supported the fact that these people call themselves black or African. They tried to explain what they call it, I can't pronounce the word, etymology of words and whatever. You do not prove what you're talking about. But anyway, I'm a sellout. And they call me an Uncle Tom and a coon because I reject black and African. Well, I'm a sellout. Well, in order for me, sir, in order for me, ma'am, to be a sellout, first of all, you and I, we must be or have done something together. How can I sell you out when I never was part of you to begin with? When did we become part of one another? So how did I sell you out, sir? How did I sell you out, ma'am? We never was together. We had to be joined together at one time in order for me to sell out. And then I went to somebody else. First I was on the red team. Now, for whatever reason, because they offered me more money, now I'm on a blue team. That's a sellout. How? Explain to me how I'm selling you out. Because you're not African or black. You prove that I'm African. You prove that I'm black, and you can't do that. You believe the racists. The racists said that these soul people came from Africa. You believe them. At the same time, you call the racist pink European people liars. The racist European pink people will put all dark-skinned people into a category called Africa, no matter if you came from the islands, no matter where on this planet you come from. As far as they're concerned, they can lump you and classify you, including the so-called Native American people, because many of them was just as dark, if not darker skinned than we are, and put us all in this category called Africa. There is a benefit to them. So once you do come into some kind of knowledge, you won't claim American soil. You will keep looking at Africa when your home has always been right here under your feet. The real Native American people. And you don't want to even think about that. You don't really want to investigate that because you are in love with this stuff that you believe in. Now, so it's a benefit to races that we believe that we are all Africans. And we just ignore other brothers and sisters who say that they are Native Americans or they came from the islands or whatever. You just want to ignore. You have no respect for what nobody else has to bring to the table. And see, that's our problem. We don't respect other people. We don't respect other people's opinions. We don't respect what other people know. Some brothers and sisters know where they come from. It was passed down in their personal families. And you a sellout. I know what I am. Don't tell me who I am. But if you're looking for unity, that is not no problem. People can be whoever they want to because the parts of the body are different. They just work in a unified manner. Now, there is no direct connection. I'm an African. There is no direct connection. These people can't show me no direct connection of descendants of slaves to anybody in Africa. At least some tribe, some nation, a continent. Technically, you can do the same thing. You can say that Caucasian people are African because all of humanity originates and should contain the DNA of coming from the original peoples. So what are you talking about? I mean, you keep saying black. Black is a color. Africa is a continent. Who are the people that you're talking about? And this is the problem. You can't show direct connection. And even if we were connected, if you could show that connection, we are generations removed from the African continent. We are generations removed from those people. We have become a whole brand new people in our own right. You would rather spend time trying to sound smart and intelligent like you really found yourself and trying to be part of something that's not even trying to claim you. These people are not trying to find you. They're not trying to claim you. It would be easier on their part. They're not interested. Because as far as they're concerned, too much time has passed. You are no longer of them. That's why you talk all this African stuff, but you have no plans to move to Africa. You have no plans not even to die in Africa. None of you are going to be buried on African soil. And then you speak about Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey died in Europe, talking all this African this and African that, the red, the black, and the green, and he died in Europe. You lay around and you plagiarize and you steal other people's history. I'm not into that. The time will come when all that was in the dark shall come into the light. But until that time, it is better, since we are generations removed. Create your own identity. We created soul. There is no people on this planet, no other dark skin on this planet. There are no dark-skinned people on this planet that can claim to be of soul. Nobody. When you think about soul, brothers and sisters, which takes us up out of the dynamic of racism, taking us up out of skin color, because you and I are more than a skin color. We are the people, the soul don't have color. Soul don't have a tribe. Soul don't even have a nation. A soul, according to religious definition, is the essence that gives a body life. Who would not want that? That's not my description. That's something that was created during the 60s and the 70s. We were soul brothers and sisters. James Brown was the godfather of soul music, and Aretha Franklin was the queen of soul. We danced on Soul Train because we were the people of soul, and all those around the earth wanted to be part of that. Now, the only thing you do is generate confusion and death. Create your own culture, stealing other people's history, plagiarizing folks, and trying to make it like it's real information. You talking to the wrong person. Go brainwash somebody else. You're not going to brainwash me. I've heard it. I've heard that. Been there, done that all before. Going to do, we need to do, we need to grow up as a people and come into our own. And then once you come into your own, instead of trying to steal somebody else's history, other people will be trying to be like you as they did in the 60s and 70s. They wanted to be part of the body of soul. Thank you for listening. And important as always, love, peace, and soul.
That's Angels Nut 7. That video is in the Talk Real Solutions Facebook group. And you can go listen to it again or whatever the case. But I agree with what he put forth there, because we are our own people. And unfortunately, the majority of the conversations don't even encompass that. We don't talk about what we created unless we're talking about it in a negative light. We don't talk about what our culture is in this country. We grab other people's culture and we tack it onto us and we say this is who we are. Nigga logic. Now, the reason I use the term nigga logic is because it comes straight out of the mindset of the slave mentality. The word nigga, we know where that came from. It was an insult. They use it as they hung us. They use it as they oppressed us. They use it all the time as they burning crosses. Nigga, right? And out of that conditioning, we think that we become logical in our reasoning going forward, and it's just misplaced. It's misplaced. It's very hard for me to find somebody to have a conversation with that understands this world for what it is, without going into all this conspiracy, without going into all this dogma, without relying on somebody else, without looking somewhere else besides the man-to-man conversation and our thoughts. Without looking, it's very hard for me to have a conversation with somebody like that nowadays. And I understand why. It's because of the conditioning that we came through. But part of my job, part of my responsibility is to have conversations like this so you can hear the truth without me trying to promote anything, without me trying to sell you anything, without me saying, follow me, you know, I know the way. I'm not saying any of that. You see? And that's the difference between people like him, me, and the rest of the Black conscious community. You see? There's a difference. I ain't trying to hand you nothing on a silver platter and say if you wear these colors, your life is going to be better. I'm not trying to hand you any type of idea saying if you reach your, access your pineal gland, everything's going to be all right. And I can show you how to do that. I'm not trying to hand you any of that stuff. I'm not trying to hand you that if you learn hieroglyphic, if you learn the ancient way of Mayat, no, I'm not trying to hand you that and tell you that your life is going to be better. Because anybody that's handing you that bullshit, telling you that you're going to be better because you listen to them and now you subscribe to what they believe, is lying to you. They're lying to you. And unfortunately, our mentality ain't in a place in 2016 where the masses of us can understand that. And right now, somebody's listening to me on this phone saying, oh, Tyrone hate Black people. Tyrone hate Africa. That's nigga logic. Once again, because you're not listening to the words that are coming out of my mouth. All you hear is those keywords, those buzzwords that's going to set you off, and you got to stand up and defend that. That's what we get a lot of on this show. Soon as you say something, I used to do it on purpose. I used to just use the word melanin, and I'll just wait and see how many people call in and defend melanin. I mean, it was funny to me. And it still is. Because as soon as I say melanin or Africa or Kemet, it pushes buttons and the fucking phones light the fuck up. That just happened the other night. Last Thursday, I think it was. After the news show, we had a whole bunch of news stories about what was going on in this country. But as soon as we did a story on Mugabe, the African president, South African president, or Nigeria or somewhere, I forgot. But Mugabe was the president. As soon as we did a story on that, the phones lit up and everybody just wanted to let us know how much information that they knew about Africa, about Mugabe, about Africa's conditions, about their history, about everything, you know. And to be honest with you, you were correct. But look at how much resource, look at how much brain power you use to memorize the conditions on somewhere that you don't even live. That's an issue. That's an issue. And I'm not telling you that you're flawed in any type of way for thinking like that. What I'm saying is that we just need to refocus, because we have a group of people right here on this continent, talented, the best in the goddamn world, that is freaking going left and right all over the damn place and won't come together under any type of unity. And I like the way he used the analogy about unity, and he used the body. When he said your eye is a different organ than your nose. Yeah, your nose is different from your mouth is different than your heart is different from your lungs. Every one of them is different, but your body uses them in unity. So, in other words, as a people, as Tyrone Thompson, I don't have to subscribe to your Christianity. I don't have to believe in your Jesus, because I'm a black man on this planet, just like you. See? So I don't have to. Somebody already characterizing us together. So I don't have to subscribe to your idea in order to be unified with you. But I think that we all need to have a basic understanding of the world that we live in reality. And we don't. We just don't. Because it is very important to African Americans, slave descendants, POWs, or whatever we call ourselves nowadays. It is very important for us not to look at who the hell we are and look at who the hell somebody else is. That is important to us. And that is misplaced thinking. Because like he said, we did come up with soul. I mean, we didn't come up with it, but we actually packaged it and marketed it, put it in our song, put it in our music. That's why we refer to each other, but that kind of faded away. That was unity in some shape, form, or fashion, but that kind of faded away. And the unity that I think that we need to come up with is some type of political idea, some type of political policies as a group, as slave descendants, as black people in America, on one message. I'm not telling you to live like me. I'm not even telling you to think like me. I'm just telling you to consider your politics as part of a community of black people. That's how this world runs. That's why you can have Hillary Clinton with her. I believe she murders people. I just do. I think that Hillary Clinton kills people. But anyway, we can have Hillary Clinton, somebody that we know is corrupt, somebody we know firsthand had her hand in the incarceration of black people in this country. We know that. But we are so confused as a people. We just did a story the other night where Black Girls Rock stood up in masses and cheered this lady on. Down here in South Carolina, every damn one of these motherfucking misled people down here supported Hillary Clinton in masses. All across the South, Hillary Clinton, Hillary Clinton. What the fuck is wrong with us? Why can't we see that this lady is not good for the black community? Now you're going to ask me, am I promoting Bernie Sanders? I'm not promoting Bernie Sanders. But I will vote for him. But he got a long way to go. And the reason that I say I will vote for him is because I want to participate in this country. I want to be a part of this damn country. I was born here. My parents were born here. I fought for the goddamn freedom to do what the fuck I do in this country. I literally fought wars to be in this goddamn country and have the freedom that is afforded to me. So all that other bullshit that people be talking, I think it's misplaced. It is really, really misplaced. Because if we start claiming properties and real estates and geographical locations and making it ours, that is something to fight for and defend right here on this continent. But we can't even muster that because our minds is somewhere else. Our minds is way on another continent. Our minds is on another culture. Our minds is trying to learn ancient Egyptian. How many college courses are you going to pass once you learn how to read hieroglyphs? I'm just asking. Now, I may be wrong. Somebody will call in and tell me how good hieroglyphs is. I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. But I'm just saying, for an example, once you learn this stuff, once you put on your dashikis and ankhs and whatever the case may be, you see what I'm saying? That's just another form of dogma. We ain't even looking at this thing. And every time I even try to put something related to making money on the table, it always gets shot down. Economics ain't gonna fix our problem. What is money gonna do? That's the dumbest question I ever been asked, to be honest with you. That is the dumbest question I ever been asked. Everybody know that we live in a damn capitalistic economic system. And you've been a part of it your entire life. From the day that you went to the store to buy a little thing of bubble gum, just for your little candy, you've been part of this economic system ever since you've been a baby. And now as a grown adult, you want to turn your head away and say, I'm not a part of that. Well, you stay broke then. You stay broke. I'm going to build my family, and I'm going to teach them to use this economic system, because once you learn it and start generating revenue yourself, it belongs to you. And I have to keep putting in these disclaimers because we got some people out here and say, that's not your money, blah, blah, blah. I don't subscribe to that, because the money that I make pays my light bill, feeds my children, clothes my children, pays for my children's education. And that's what's important to me, making sure that they have so they can provide for theirs. Now, if you're in that rat race that I just pointed out and you're struggling, then I suggest that you find a more efficient way to do what you're doing. And what I'm saying is, I'm gonna use a McDonald's worker, for instance. If you're working at McDonald's and you're making minimum wage and you're barely paying the light bill and all this kind of stuff, it's time for you to change what you're doing. Use the McDonald's job to try to step yourself up to something else. Now, whether that be advancing in that corporation or business, or using that money to generate your own residual income, or whatever the case may be, to make your conditions better, you're always supposed to be trying to make your conditions better. And it sucks. I'm telling you, I've seen, I don't know how many days with my lights turned off, where I couldn't pay the damn water bill. Hell, I couldn't buy shit. I've seen a lot of times like that. And when you're going through that, I mean, hell, there's nothing nobody can say to you to make you understand that what I'm saying right now. There's nothing, because it's a struggle and it's put a lot of stress on people, and people do crazy things when they're financially stressed, right? Even subscribe to ideologies that don't belong to them. And I think that's part of what's going on here. I really think that's what's part of going on here. And then like you said, people just want you to believe what they believe. Now, here's how I can prove that. If I give my opinion on something that's located on the continent of Africa, and I think it's my opinion, I did my research and this is my opinion. somebody that subscribes to this dogmatic way of thinking is going to call in here and tell me, no, 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 this is how it's supposed to be. Now take that, what I said, and you believe it the way I said it. And we get in arguments about that shit all the time. All the time. And then you talk about liberation and us being liberated, right? Now, I'm to the belief that liberation is in the mind. Freedom is in the mind. And the reason that I say that is because of this world that we was born into. You was born into a system that already got you a number, that already know when you're going to die, that is already going to tax you, that is already going to do all these things because you exist on this planet. So you exist in that system whether you want to or not. And when you need to liberate yourself, or you feel like liberating yourself, or you make up your mind to liberate yourself, you're going to create the conditions to where you're not going to be worried about your taxes or your bills or whatever. You're going to create those conditions to where you can feel mentally liberated. As far as claiming some land somewhere and us being there, let's be real, because we, you know, this is straight talk. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen while I'm living. None of these conversations that pertain to sovereignty or getting your own land, none of them has got any legs to stand on. They're just grandiose ideas. And he spoke about us being a lost people. I agree with that. And the reason that I agree with that we're lost is because you can look at the different fractions in the black community in America in 2016 and tell that, you know, this group thinks differently from that one, that group thinks differently from that one, that one. And you can, hell, you can just use Christians right now and tell that they're fractured. Because you got Pentecostals, you got Baptists, you got blah, 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 and these people fight amongst each other. So we need to think about that mental condition that we're in. And I know when he said that he don't subscribe to black or African, that probably raised some eyebrows. But you got to think about what he was saying, right? When do we start calling ourselves black? When do we start calling ourselves African? And I think it was Jackie put forth on the show that Africans call themselves by where they're from, their location, and that makes sense, right? And that makes sense if that's what they call themselves. But, you know, with me, I understand the conditions and the rhetoric that's going on nowadays, so I subscribe to what everybody else subscribes to. I call myself black, African-American, all that kind of stuff, you know. So I ain't got no issue with that because somebody's going to characterize me some way. Why not me take charge of it and call myself what I want to call myself, right? But you got to understand the logic behind what he was saying is because before Europeans grabbed our black asses and started titling us and naming us and all this kind of stuff, what the hell do we call ourselves? That's a good point, to be honest with you. But people don't want to subscribe to that. They don't want to actually look at that because they have to turn all them damn T-shirts back in. You have to turn all them T-shirts back in if you start looking at what the fuck is really going on. And I say that all the time. He said it on his thing there about us being our own people, about us being who, whenever the Emancipation Proclamation, whenever the Emancipation happened, right, something wonderful happened in the African-American community. They had a chance, we had a chance to actually, on our own, start doing things and creating history that belongs straight to us. Now, of course, it was tied to that terrible time of slavery where these racist motherfuckers had us in bondage and doing all kind of crazy shit to us. But it's tied to that. But once the emancipation happened and African Americans started creating their own history, something that is black and American, then I can grab onto that. I can grab on to damn Tulsa, Oklahoma. I can subscribe to that. I can subscribe to the rap music. I can subscribe to the hip hop culture. I can subscribe to anything that we create on this planet, that in America, anything that we create that came from us. I'll subscribe to it because it came from us. I can subscribe to Black Lives Matter because it came from us. But I've had debates on this show about whether or not we have a culture or not. Like, people were seriously telling me we don't have a culture. We don't have a community. Well, of course you don't, if you're saying that it don't exist. But the reality is, if you look at the definition of the word and look at community and look at culture, yes, you have one. You just haven't subscribed to it. And it's a shame that I'm sitting up here in 2016 telling black people, hey, you got a culture. You got a community. Fix it if you don't like it. Change it if you don't agree with it. But it's yours. Some may say it's broken. Some may say it's a wonderful culture, but I don't hear that, you know. All I'm saying is that it exists. And we should stop denying ourselves what the hell is us. And like he said in the video, they want you to have the mindset that this land is not yours. They want you to tell yourself, I want to fight for somebody else's land that I don't even live on. They want you to do that. That way they ain't got to answer no questions about what is rightfully yours and what ain't. Because you're thinking about some bullshit that ain't even on the table. Nobody's going to argue with you about whether or not you can go back to Africa or not. Shit, go ahead. But because it's not tangible. You can't create fucking communities over there right now because you're in the United States. You don't have the resources to move in masses and create a economy or a government or whatever. And even if you did and you get over there, it don't belong to the damn Africans. But what you do have right here in the United States is, like I said, a history and a culture, and we can come together and build if we want to, but we're so fucking divided with all these fractions and Christianity and Hebrew and whatever the case may be that we can't even see the goddamn forest for the damn trees. We can't see how wonderful things can be if we stop subscribing to other people's ideas. We can't see that. And as a matter of fact, we're so blind that people call in here and say, oh, Tyrone, you hate Africa. What? What the fuck has that got to do with the conversation? That's just your defense mechanism kicking in. That's one of them keywords that bothers you so much. You don't want to have the real conversation. So your defense mechanism, yeah, you don't like black people, or you're a sellout, or you're a coon. You see? And if I said any coon-worthy stuff, I'll sit up here and I say and admit to it. I will sit up here and say, yeah, I supported that idea, but I'll sit up here and say it, but I don't have a track record of that. So that just tells me that whoever I'm talking to is either too intelligent to understand a simple conversation about ideas, or you're just stupid. That's what the fuck it is. It's straight talk. And I'm going to call you a dumbass if you call in here with that nigga logic, straight up. Because at some point in time, black men need to start standing up and saying, look, damn it, wake up. So at some point in time, that needs to happen. At some point in time, tough love need to kick in and give you a dose of fucking reality. At some point in time, that needs to happen. And I'm willing to fucking be the trendsetter on that. I don't give a shit. Because it ain't for me. It's because I love my goddamn people so much, and I'm tired of seeing us in this damn condition. I'm tired of seeing us come up with all these damn excuses. I'm tired of seeing us promote shit that ain't advancing us one bit. All of this energy, go to YouTube. All of this energy, all of this time, all of this data, All of this information that is getting put out here, there's so much data you probably can fill a damn congressional library. But it is not pushing us forward one bit. You just have more people, thousands and thousands of people clicking on that damn video that agrees with your views. Now they can go to sleep at night and feel good because such and such said this right here, and he said the same thing I believe in. So you feel good. But is it true? Not only is it true, is what being said, is that going to help you out in it? Now, if you answer those questions, yes, then I'll shut the fuck up. But I know good and damn well it's not. We want to fight so much, and I'm going to start making videos again, but this time I think I'm going to change it. I think I'm just going to do general videos. I'm into losing weight, so I'll probably do weight loss videos or something like that. But my point is, I was on social media, and I was in the fucking middle of this back and forth, fussing with everybody, calling people names, all this bullshit. I was in the middle of that. I pulled myself away, and I don't participate in that no more. So if I come back on social media, it's just going to be a whole different narrative. I don't want to debate with you. I don't want to refute your points. I don't want to do any of that shit. Because it's a waste of time. Look, we had some great debates on Talk Real Solutions, and we had some superstar people come on here that could articulate themselves well and their ideas. And we debated. Okay, so we debated. Now what? You know? Now what? So I don't want to participate in that no more. It ain't doing nothing but dragging us down. It's participating in this whole narrative where black men are on social media talking bad about our women. I don't want to participate in that. You know? So, and I hope I send a message out there to other black men that you don't have to get on social media to try to play the dozens, Jones, or roast, because it makes us look like fucking morons every time we do it. I posted a video of a gentleman, a senior, and he's up there in his age, and he's talking shit on the video like, you know, he's one of these young cats running around here. And I'm like, nah, this is a bad look for us, man. This is a black elderly gentleman, man, and he on here the video, he acting just like these young cats, just running off at the mouth, cussing people out, and all this kind of shit. And I'm like, okay, when is this stuff gonna stop? When is it gonna stop? We're influencing the seniors to do shit just like young cats do, you know? And that's not good. Not only are we talking down about our women, talking trash about our women, we're influencing senior citizens to repeat this same dumbass rhetoric that is going on social media, and that is fucking terrible. It's terrible. And if I can find this video for you guys, I'll play it for you. But I'm pretty sure you guys heard the older gentleman. I can't find it. Yeah, I can't find it. But if I find it for you, I'll play it for you. But it's bullshit that we as black men has influenced older people, senior citizens, to get on fucking video and yell back and forth about not a goddamn thing. That is stupid. I guarantee you the world is laughing at us because we don't never put shit out. Well, I ain't gonna say never. That's a lie. That's a lie. But we don't. The social media that I'm watching ain't putting nothing out that is actually doing anything. Oh, here he is. Here he is. Hold on. And you guys can go to his channel. I ain't trying to put this man on blast or nothing, but it was just strange to watch this. It was strange to see this gentleman. What is it? His name is Rashawn DeLay. So I'm gonna play his video. That way you guys can hear it. You can see what the hell I'm talking about, and this bullshit that we are fucking perpetuating on social media. Yes, hold on for 1 second. He's funny though.
Hello, family. Coming to your with another little short video. This for the Ibn'rad squad and SETI and all them people, the Kemetic community. You got it wrong. All y'all Kemetic people thinking, talk about Egypt this and Kemet this. It's the cradle of civilization. That's bullshit. The cradle of civilization started in Mesopotamia with the Sumerians. That's right. The Sumerians are the cradle of civilization. Mesopotamia, not Egypt. You got your story wrong. You ought to do some research, especially that nigga Unc, running his mouth like he know this and he know that. You don't know a damn thing. If you ain't studying that, the Sumerians and the Anunnaki, you ain't on it. Run around here talking about we come from monkeys, this, that, and the other. You full of bullshit. Do your research on it, my brother. The Sumerian was the first civilization on the planet Earth. That's right. That's where the cradle of civilization started from, 450,000 years ago. The Sumerians have the oldest tablets and writings on planet Earth. Go check it out. Go do some research on it, brother Onk. Since you know so damn much, you don't know a damn thing. That's why Pharaoh gonna beat your ass down. Research the Sumerians and the Anunnaki, and then tell the real story of creation. Hello, family. Coming to you with a real short video. This is a PS to Onk from the original video before this. You got all them motherfucking books in your room that you were showing young Pharaoh. You ought to fucking do some research on the fucking Sumerians and the Anunnaki. You're talking all that fucking dumb shit like you know every fucking thing, but you don't know nothing. You're an educated fool, not an intelligent being. You are educated, you are trained. Book knowledge, which is book knowledge is good if you're researching, but you ain't researching, talking about Kemet, the Nile Valley and all that bullshit. You got 1 million books in your goddamn house, and you ain't reading nothing about the Sumerians and the Anunnaki. That is where the story starts, fool. 300,000 years before Kemet even come into existence. So what the fuck you talking about? Look it up. Educated fool. This is a 6th grade dropout telling you that Mesopotamia, the Sumerians, were the first civilized people on the planet. All that shit that the Egyptian got with them big tall statues, that was the Anunnaki that, with the slaves up under them. All that shit was passed down that they learned. The Sumerian was the first civilized people on the planet that did agriculture, astronomy, mathematics, and got the oldest writings of mankind on planet Earth. Now dispute that, motherfucker. Look it up. That's right. Digging tablets up every day. They got over 500,000 of them. They only translated 13%. Go look it up. All you motherfuckers talking about Kemet, the Ibn'rad squad, and SETI, and even little Pharaoh stuck on Kemet. I'm telling you what I know, because I didn't did the research on it. The Anunnaki and the Sumerian story is the greatest story that ever told. Now go look it up. And stop talking about Kimmy. Because Kimmy's dead. And I'm out. Hello, family. Coming to you on a Easter Sunday evening, which I don't believe in Easter. But, you know, I'm just saying what it is to some people. I'm going to get this little video off on this pig-eating ass nigga they called the Onk. I'm looking through my comments section and hear this bitch. I know it was him because he's the real black atheist telling me about when I get some teeth, then see him. Bitch, you can see me anytime on any debate, you ignorant motherfucker, you. Though Farrah gonna beat your ass down because you don't know nothing, you pig-eating, potato chip-eating looking nigga. You ought to keep your mouth shut. You damn near my age, nigga. Don't know nothing about me till I get some teeth. Well, I gotta get some teeth for you. The only thing I gotta do is live right, treat people right, and learn some damn knowledge. Get me some wisdom and understanding, which you don't have and ain't trying to get, because you think you know it all. Because you went on to that white man's school and got a couple of degrees, you might not have got none. You pseudo-ass 50-year-old motherfucking fool. I'll take you on any goddamn debate and beat you down. Learn to respect people that you don't know nothing about to make a comment like that. Who in the fuck you think you is? Onk. Onk the bunk. That's why Farrah gonna beat you down. You ain't got no knowledge. You just part of the Ibn'rad squad, and they holding you ain't nothing but a shit talker and a pig eating nigga. That's what you is, onk. And I'm gonna onk your ass out of here.
All right. I don't know how old this gentleman is, but he's my senior. And I guess Unc must have said something about him missing his teeth, and he's missing quite a bit. But you get the point here, is that we have influenced, and I'm saying we because I'm a part of this bullshit too. We have put out here on social media that it's okay for black men to get on camera and yell back and forth like fucking school-age girls. We put it, and people are subscribing to it so much so that it influenced this gentleman to make a video and Ibn'rad squad and fuck honk and chicken eating, pig eating motherfucker and all this shit. What the fuck? That is not a good look, gentlemen. I'm just saying it's not. And I feel partly responsible for this gentleman thinking that it's okay to get on social media and represent black men in this manner. I feel partly responsible because I fed into the bullshit too. Yeah, it's fun to cuss a motherfucker out on video. Yeah, it's fun to try to embarrass them. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, all that shit is fun. But look how it looks. We got to make our people look. You know, when I see this guy, I just think about Shabazz in about 50 years, you know, Shabazz. No, I'm playing. All right, let me see if anybody's online. I ain't been looking at the switchboard. I know I've been going for a minute. Yeah, I got some folks. All right, guys, look. The number to call is 602-753-1949. The access, now I don't have no access code. You push 1 and you'll be on the line. So I got 248. Who's on the line?
It's me.
I know you, but I got 248.
How you doing? It's Shekinah.
Hey, Shekinah, welcome to the show, sis. How you doing? Let me get Gary. Let me introduce Gary and then Pianki. I got your guys' lines open. We're gonna take this sister's comment first. Okay, sis, go ahead.
Oh yes, I just wanted to say greetings to everyone. And the things that you said in the beginning when you expressed how you felt about people needing to identify themselves,
Right.
and not get caught up. Yes, and not get caught up in all of the propaganda and you know, the false teachings that have been given and handed down to us since birth.
Right.
That was very true. Basically, I just wanted to say I'm glad that you have shifted and is able to eloquently express yourself on another dimension, which we need, and that you corrected yourself when you noticed that you got caught up in the debate, and it's entertainment and a hustle.
Right.
So I'm glad. I'm glad that you saw that wasn't going to help the situation. We are at a time that we have to exhibit action. We've read for decades, and now it's time for action. Okay. And to the older gentleman, yeah, that was funny to me to a degree, you know, because he did do his research and everything, and this is the way, you know, some of our, you know, people want to express themselves, because deep down, this has been a painful journey, and you know, everybody is not ready, you know, yet to have a calm, intellectual conversation about our past. And so what I wanted to suggest is that, you know, we don't get the emotions, the anger is not going to help us, and that we should just connect to those who understand what is needed at this time. And that's all I wanted to say.
Well, okay, sis, look, you can sit on the line because it's an open conversation, and if you hear somebody say something that you want to add to, you can about just add, try to respect, you know, people, wait your turn, but you're going to see how it plays out, because people on here, they just go crazy. But Gary, I'm going to get you next, but let me check this unknown caller right quick. Unknown caller, who's on the line?
Big J.
What's up, Big J? And Gary, I'm going to get you're after Bianchi, Big J, but I just wanted to say this about the gentleman that I just played, the older gentleman. He said that he had a 6th grade education. He got all this knowledge and all that kind of stuff. And I wanted to